When we're talking about the different number of ways that people can finish a race, we're definitely talking about a permutation because the order matters. Who finishes first is very different than who finishes last. And that's what made a permutation, whether or not the order mattered or not. And so in this case, to figure out how many different ways we can finish this race, I'm going to use a factorial. There are 10 factorial different ways for the racers to finish, which I can grab a calculator and work that out. That comes out to be 3,628,800 different ways. So many different ways that we can finish that race. Well, I can also do this problem using the blank space method we've talked about in previous videos. I've got 10 different options. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I've got 10 options, so I have 10 blank spaces. There are 10 different people that can finish first. Now, obviously, whoever finished first can not also finish second, so I'm doing a non-repeating example. There are only 9 options for who can finish next, and then 8 options, and 7 options, and so on. Well, if you think about it, isn't that the same thing as 10 factorial? 10 factorial just means multiply all the integers from 10 down to 1. So I can think of this problem in either way. In my next example, I don't care about all the different places I can finish. I just want to know how many ways I can finish in first, second, and third place only. After that, who cares about fourth, fifth, and sixth? And so once again, I can think of this as a blank space problem. There are 3 options I care about: first place, second place, and third place. There are 10 different people that can come in first. Because that same person cannot finish in second, there's only 9 people that can come in second place, and then there's only 8 people that can come in third place. So multiplying those together, 10 times 9 times 8, gets me 720 different ways that I can get first, second, and third place. Well, this leads to an interesting idea, and let's take a look at another way we can evaluate permutations on this next slide. When we're doing a permutation, but we don't care about all the different spots that we have to fill, we can use this formula right here. Or what might be easier to do is find the NPR button on your calculator. N stands for the different number of choices we have, and R is basically the number of blank spaces we have. And so, for example, on the last problem we just did, we could set this up as 10 different choices we had to make. And then we wanted to know about 3 of those different positions. We had 3 blank spaces. And so typing this into my calculator, and if you need help finding that button, you can ask me in class, but typing this in our calculator will also get us that answer of 720. And so let's take a look at how we can use this to work out another sort of permutation problem. Once again, I know this is a permutation because the order definitely matters. Who finishes in first place is very different than who finishes in fourth place. And so trying out this new sort of formula up here, this NPR option, I can say that, well, I have 20 different choices to make. There are 20 dogs competing in this, so N is 20. Usually when I read these, I say 20 pick for P, even though P stands for permutation, and then I care about 4 of those positions. So I have 20 options to pick from. I care about finding 4 of those options. So typing this into my calculator tells me that I've got 116,280 different ways that 20 dogs can finish in first, second, third, and fourth place. Well, keep in mind, this is just one way to work these problems out. If you prefer the blank space method, it still works just fine. You've got first, second, third, and fourth place that you're talking about. There are 20 dogs that can finish in first place. That means there's 19 that can finish in second, 18 that can finish in third, and 17 that can finish in fourth. These are the exact same things. If you were typing in your calculator 20 times 19 times 18 times 17, you'll also get 116,280 different ways.